Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be the test. Think about that for a minute. Guys, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So what is a test? A test is something that when you are in school or when you were in school, you most likely were given many tests. Did you pass? Did you get an A? Did you get a B, a C? Did you get a 90? What grades did you get? Those are tests. Now, throughout life, you will be tested many times, and I'll illustrate how this happens. But one of the biggest tests of your life, if you're on this channel, and again, thank you very much for being here, it will be in the narcissistic relationship. You see, this is a test you did not study for, yet it's a test that you must pass. It's not like school, where you were perhaps given a math class, and then you studied, you practiced, and then you took the test, and my hope is you got an A, but you got it, you understood it. The narcissistic abusive relationship, you weren't prepared for it. You did not learn this in school. You had to go day by day, minute by minute, hour by hour, and figure out who this person was and or is. Perhaps it was a boss, perhaps it was a neighbor, perhaps it was a sibling, a romantic interest, a friend, a colleague, a person in a community or an organization where you are a part of. But these people, the narcissists, they will test you to your core. And many times they will test you when you don't even know you're being tested. Example, remember on the channel so frequently I mentioned that the narcissist wants to extract your resources from you, which includes your time, money, energy, effort, love, empathy, everything you possess, your social circle, your status, all these things. And they want these things for themselves. They want to consume these to better themselves off and to deplete you. That is exactly how the narcissist lives. They are takers. They are not builders. They are destructive individuals. They are not creators. But getting back on track, the test. Maybe you were in a relationship. Maybe you were born into a relationship with the narcissist. Maybe it was a sibling or parent or a cousin or aunt or uncle or somebody. And you couldn't quite figure out what was going on throughout your life. You were like, every time you communicated with them, or most times you communicated with them, you would not quite feel yourself. You would feel anxious or like, wow, that's draining. I don't get it. Like, all I'm doing is contributing and trying to help them out and offer my insight and experience and trying to help them. But yet they would never give you credit. They would demean you. They would play the victim. They would put you down. They would tell you how you don't contribute when in fact you did contribute, things like that. These were all tests. Yeah, I know. I'm not downplaying the relationship. I'm just letting you know that if you're on the channel, you're getting the wisdom, you're getting the experience, and please drop comments below that you know what I'm talking about. Each and every day you are in a narcissistic relationship, whether it's one day or a lifetime, you're being tested to your core because you don't know what will happen. You don't know what's around the next corner. You don't know when the next rage fit will happen. You don't know if they're telling the truth. You don't know if they're gaslighting you. You don't know where they are. You don't know much about them at all. Now, are there good parts about the narcissist? Certainly. They're a human being too. But the thing is, they live under cloak and dagger. And they tell half-truths. And they manipulate. And they have little bubbles of friends, little groupies. And they jump from relationship to relationship, business to business, town to town, country to country, blowing up everything in their wake of destruction. That's how the narcissist lives. That's why they don't have many long-term friends. That's why the romantic relationship inevitably has an expiration date, as do all narcissistic relationships. If you've made it through a marriage, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde syndrome. You get my point. Same thing if it was a boss. Remember when you were the flavor of the month in the work environment? You went into work and this person who turned out to be a narcissist was like, wow, this person's really great. They have a lot of talent and skill, which was you, and it is you. And then slowly they built you up, and then they crushed you, and they gave you mountains of work where you had to work on the weekends, perhaps holidays, your birthday, stay late, do things like that. And did you ever get that corner office, or did you ever get that raise or promotion? No. Why? Because you were being future faked. You were being told that something would happen when in fact it didn't. And then again, most likely you removed yourself from the work environment and they just got a new person, a new supply to do their bidding for them. That's how they are. But the test that you have experienced, this is huge, specifically if you're looking to get out of the relationship, or if the relationship has ended and you are processing what has happened. In other words, when the narcissistic relationship finally comes to an end in many different capacities, but for this video, let's just say it ended, and you've closed the chapter on the narcissist and you've moved forward and you're healing, you've blocked them, gone no contact, deleted them, removed all flying monkeys and people associated with the narcissist. It's not like you do that and everything's good. No, you have a mountain of work in front of you. You have to put yourself back together. You have to heal. You have to learn. You have to invest. You have to become awakened and aware. You have to understand that you can't go through another narcissistic relationship because the one you just came out of, it's going to take a lot of time to heal from that. That was a test. Now, I'm not downplaying the word test. I'm actually building it up and letting you know that if you're on the healing path, and let's say the relationship ended recently, and you are working each and every day to better yourself, you're being tested. It's exactly what happens. And these are tests that some days you'll have better days, some days you'll not have such good days. But remember, the healing path is not linear. My hope is that you're investing in yourself. You're studying about yourself, learning about yourself, investing in yourself, and putting the narcissistic relationship in the past, and then you will pass the test. This is the biggest test of your life, I can assure you. It really, sincerely is, and I'm not trying to trigger you or upset you, but you're gonna have to put work into yourself in order to heal properly. And for those of you veterans on the channel who have healed and or are well on the healing path, drop comments below, because there are so many new people in the community and around the globe that are just getting the wisdom. Perhaps this is their first video they're ever consuming about narcissism. This is something unlike you were never prepared for. You didn't learn it in school. Nobody pulled you aside when you were younger and said, hey, by the way, on this planet Earth, there are these people that will just try and take from you, and they'll try and destroy you. They will manipulate you. They will wear a mask to portray themselves to be one person, and then they will turn out to be somebody else. In other words, they will completely not be authentic or genuine. Now, if you go and read old books, I'm talking way in the past, I won't mention any names of the books, but I think you can read between the lines. There have always been mentions of good and evil on the planet. And the truth of the matter is, you may or may not have believed that. Maybe you just thought it was in movies or in books like that. No, it's real. There are people on the planet that do not have your best interest at heart. Again, not trying to upset you or trigger you. I'm letting you know that you need to have boundaries. You can't be a yes person. You can't be a people pleaser. You can't put other people in front of yourself. Your cup needs to be full before you can contribute back and help other people out. And in order to do that, you will be tested. You will be tested many times throughout the narcissistic relationship. As a matter of fact, right now, as you're watching the video, you're probably thinking in your mind like, wow, I was tested. I didn't even realize it. Oh my gosh, because you were. And post-narcissistic relationship, you'll be tested again. Why? Because most likely the smear campaign is and or was well underway. You lost friends, acquaintances, perhaps even family members, maybe even your job, your status. Maybe you had to move. Maybe you had to leave the city, town, country. Maybe you had to start a new job. Maybe changes had to happen. Let's put it that way. And many times post-narcissistic relationship, when the smear campaign is well underway, you really find out who is in your corner and who's not. And because of the smear campaign, most times you don't have many people that are on your side. Flip that coin for a minute. Many people who did not buy into the smear campaign that are on your corner, are in your corner and do believe in you. And my hope is you have people like that, trusted loved ones around you. They may not get the wisdom. In other words, they may not have gone through the narcissistic abusive cycle, so they can't really relate to what you're experiencing. And this is a tricky part. Why it's tricky? Because you are banking or counting on individuals who have always been there and loved you throughout your life to be your support system, and they will be until they can't be. In other words, their bandwidth will expire. They will get worn out. They won't be able to understand what you're talking about because they didn't experience it. And again, guess what? They didn't learn it in school either. So this is not, again, like I mentioned, it's not like you broke a bone and you went to the doctor and the doctor set the bone in your arm, and after 6 weeks you healed if it was set properly, and then you get back to moving around like usual. No, this is narcissistic abuse. This will test you to your core. This will create sleepless nights for you. This will create isolation like you've never experienced. This will create you to really have to dig in deep to yourself, within yourself, and understand who you are and why you were in the relationship. And you need to also understand that you were manipulated. You were taken advantage of. You were not with an authentic individual. You were with someone the whole time when you were being tested. They wanted to make sure you never passed the test. Play that again. It's true. It's real. The narcissist, they just wanted to crush you. Now, again, this video is being a little rough. It's just meant to let you know that this is not like anything that you've ever experienced. And you need to take pause. You need to take stock. You need to be patient with yourself. You need to have time and understand that you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. And that if the healing path takes you longer than expected, whatever your duration is, that's just the way it is. There is no magic pill. There is no wand that can be waved. There is no exact timeline when you can officially be healed or feel the way you want to feel. It is 100% contingent upon the amount of work you place into yourself. And the sooner you begin processing this, and the sooner you begin drowning out the noise and the toxicity and removing people that don't benefit you, and the more energy you place into yourself, the sooner you will heal. Again, it's not a race. It's a marathon. It really is. And I know many people are like, oh my gosh, I just don't feel so good. Sorry, not good English. I just don't feel that well. I just want this over with. I get it. I was there. I know what it's like. But you have to place the work into yourself. Perhaps heal childhood wounds and address exactly who you are as a human being and why perhaps you have attracted the narcissist in your life or continue to attract them. If you continue to attract them, you certainly need help with boundaries, and that's a whole different thing. But these are tests, and along the way of life, you have been tested your whole life. Think about school. You had to pass first grade to get to second to get to third, junior in high school to senior in high school. Then if you went to college or med school, or whatever you did, these are all tests. And now this is the test of your life. It wasn't falling in love and getting married and having kids. That's beautiful. That's great. But if the person you married is a narcissist, then you know what I'm talking about. Most likely after those wedding bells rang, that was it. The mask slipped and you entered devaluation street, which was and or is the narcissistic fog. Again, for a different video. But throughout the relationship, you were tested. And my hope is you have passed the test and or you are just about getting ready to pass the test. If you're a veteran and if you know what I'm talking about. For you new people on the channel, my heart goes out to you. God bless you. I'm sending you all the abundance and strength and love possible. So guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon. Stay true, stay blessed. Continue to become awakened and aware and understand this is the test of your life. I am not sugarcoating it. I am not trying to upset you. I'm just letting you know you really need to buckle down. If not now, when? So no matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. God bless you. I love you. Have a great afternoon, and I will talk to you tomorrow. And please, please focus on yourself and pass this test. God bless you. I love you. Bye.